Hello everybody, this is Vinayak and welcome back to Voxfor Lifetime, your go-to source for Linux tutorials and server management tips brought to you by Voxfor.com, your trusted partner for lifetime VPS, dedicated server, managed WordPress hosting, monthly VPS plans, and lifetime web hosting based on cPanel. In today's video, we will learn how to install cPanel on our VPS. Before installing cPanel, make sure of some important requirements. We will need a VPS with root access and an operating system such as Alma Linux, Rocky Linux, Cloud Linux, or Ubuntu. We need at least 2 GB of RAM and 20 GB of disk space for cPanel to be installed. The recommended will be above 4 GB RAM and 40 GB of disk space because we will be installing some extra softwares or packages in our cPanel installation as well. We need a fully qualified domain name or a complete domain name pointing to our server's IP address. And lastly, we need a static IP address that should be a IPv4 address. Once these requirements are fulfilled and you have logged into your VPS server, go ahead and install Perl by copying this command, go to terminal, paste it and press enter. This command will install Perl on our VPS server. We have to make sure our repositories are up to date. If we are using Alma Linux, we will update our repositories by DNF command, which is for Alma Linux 9, or we can use yum command as well, that is for Red Hat based systems. Alma Linux is the basic operating system which is being used, although Cloud Linux is also being used in today's world for more efficient handling of cPanel VPS because Cloud Linux has its own repository maintenance, which is not being done for traditional operating systems and packages. We will go ahead and install our packages and update them by doing sudo dnf update, press Y. This may take some time. Our kernel may also be upgraded in the process. Once our repositories are updated, go back to blog and download the cPanel installer by copying this command, going to terminal, paste it and press enter. This command will download the cPanel installer and we will now enter sh space latest to run the installation script. Once the installation script is run, cPanel will be installed on our server. This process may take some time. We have to wait for it to complete. cPanel version 11.124 is being installed on our server. cPanel is now installed on our VPS server. To log in on our cPanel, use the URL which already includes a cPanel access token or simply visit via the IP address :2087, which is the default port for WHM. I'll copy the login URL and open a new tab, paste it and press enter. We have to first sign in using our cPanel account and accept the license agreement. Click on the check mark and then continue. We will log into the cPanel store for claiming a 15-day trial. In the authorized access, we have to sign in using our cPanel store email address and password. If you don't have one, just click on create an account and enter the basic details. Your account will be created. I will use my email address. cPanel trial activation will be happening right now. Once it is done, we can explore the cPanel and WHM for next 15 days without paying any cost. Click on next. Set up our name servers. This is required in case you are planning to shift many of your domains on the cPanel or WHM VPS. You will also enter an email address which will receive notifications for any issues or status updates regarding your VPS. Enter an email and click finish. Click on save settings. This will only show us the new features that are included in this version. You may see this pop-up appearing in front of you. Just click on save. We have installed WHM on our system. Click on the notification. Sometimes you may need to reboot your cPanel or WHM based VPS to apply the new kernel update. I will go ahead and reboot the server. We can now proceed to set up our server basic information such as the Ethernet or WHM setup. To do this, go to the server configuration and click on basic web host manager setup. This will help us enter the basic information for our server. If you want to receive the emails, etc., regarding status updates, enter your email address over here, and the same will be entered in the sender's name. We will enter our name or the name from which emails will be sent. I will enter Voxfor cPanel server, and in the email addresses, I will enter my own email address. You can configure Slack notifications as well. Make sure not to touch the IP address field because it is very sensitive, and you should make sure it reflects the IP address of your VPS. If you have some other disk as well rather than the home directory, you can customize it over here. If in future you want to create some new name server records and add them to your WHM or cPanel, enter them here and press save changes. It will make the WHM or cPanel catch those specific name server based domains or accounts. Another major thing to look out for is in the section tweak settings. I will search tweak settings, enter it, and we will make the gzip compression level higher to save disk space on our server. Instead of 6, you can use 7. Apart from this, if you want to enforce PHP limits or the execution times, go to PHP section and enable PHP loaders such as IonCube and Source Guardian. Also, if you have plenty of tasks of uploading files using PHP, post method or upload method, you can customize the limits from here. I will leave them default for now. If you are sending emails, go to the mail section and make sure all of these settings are right. If you are having multiple domains or multiple users and want to prevent yourselves from spamming attacks, you can enforce maximum hourly emails per domain, such as a limit of 100 emails per domain will be enough for now. Scroll to bottom and save. After this, if you have a domain name which is pointed at Cloudflare or someplace else, go to the domains section and enable remote domains. Also, if you are planning to register a domain in future, allow the unregistered domain option. Press save in the bottom. Once this is done, also enable FTP server to make sure that you can connect using FTP to your VPS accounts. Click on FTP server selection. Choose pure FTPD because it is a very advanced version of FTP used with cPanel and WHM. Press save. This will install FTP server on our cPanel based VPS. As a next step, we will also enable the SSH password authentication tweak. This is for a security point of view because if you disable password authentication, you will only be able to access the SSH consoles by a SSH key. Moving further, we will see the installation of PHP versions and some Apache modules. To install them, search for Easy Apache 4. Go to it. Once you are in Easy Apache 4, scroll down and click on Customize option, which will come in front of us. If you want to select some pre-available profiles which are given by cPanel, you can just click on Provision. For example, I want to use all PHP options along with Apache. I will click on Provision and it will start installing the PHP version 8.1 and 8.2 along with Apache 2.4 as our web server. These following packages will be installed on our server. Press Provision to start the installation. The installation process has now started. Once it is complete, you can go ahead and install other extensions of PHP such as IronCube, etc. Wait for it to complete. Once the provision has completed, go ahead and click on Done. Now we can click on the Customize button and install some additional packages as well in our server. We will go ahead and install PHP extension of IronCube. I'll type IronCube. Enable the latest version of IronCube for each PHP version. Similar to this, we can also install some other PHP extensions such as BCMath or others like Devil. If there are conflicting versions while installing new plugins, we can skip the installation of previous version or disable them. Click on Yes. If we want to install additional packages such as Node.js, etc., without the use of Cloud Linux, we can do it from here. I will install Nginx as well. Now we will review the selected packages and click Provision to install them. Click on the Provision button to start installing these packages. Once their installation is complete, we will go ahead and install SSL certificates. Click on Manage Auto SSL. Scroll down and make sure you have selected Let's Encrypt to automatically install SSL certificates for all new domains registered or added in your cPanel account. Moving further, we will look at how to install firewalls such as config security. Config Security Firewall or CSF is a powerful application tool designed for Linux-based servers. Basically, this firewall will help us prevent IP addresses from doing a DDoS attack and other harmful operations through our cPanel based VPS. Scroll down and first update your cPanel by typing the sudo dnf update command. Copy it, go to terminal, go ahead and update the repositories. After the update has been completed, we will navigate to the root directory by doing cd space /root and downloading the CSF package by copying this command, going to terminal, paste it and press enter. CSF archive is now downloaded onto our server. We will extract it and then run CSF. To extract the package, use this command. The CSF package has been extracted. Navigate to the CSF directory and now execute the CSF installation package. Copy it, go to terminal, paste it and press enter. CSF will be installed on our WHM based VPS. If you see this error, make sure to enable firewalls. To enable firewall, copy the command sudo dnf install firewall d, paste it in our terminal. Firewall will be installed and enabled on our server. Once this is done, go to cPanel and in the plugins section, we will be able to find config server security. Click on it. The firewall is in test mode. We'll go below and in the firewall configuration, we will first disable the test mode to off and click on change. Now restart CSF plus LFD. Our config server firewall is now activated and we can see it is active now. Once your config server firewall is enabled, you will see a green notification like this, which states enabled and running. If you want to allow some specific IP addresses, which are trusted IP addresses, scroll down and add them to this option. I will add my IP address by clicking here and click quick allow. Next, to manage and increase your PHP limits, click on the multi PHP INI editor. Then select the version which you want to increase the limit, for example, PHP 81. Make a note that these will be the global PHP limits on your VPS. I will allow URL fopen and display errors. The limit of 8 MB is too small. I would increase it to 24 MB. And the upload max file size has also been updated to 24 MB. Press apply. This will increase the limit for PHP version 8.1 on a global scale in our VPS. In same manner, if you want to update your cPanel software, search for update and then click on update server software. This will install newest version available for cPanel. If you click proceed, the newer installation of cPanel will be downloaded. We can also manage the version which will be installed on our cPanel. For example, if I want to keep my cPanel on the stable version and keep it on LTS, I will go ahead and type update and click on update preference. Here I will choose the stable version instead of release. This will make sure I have the best optimization possible for cPanel along with the widespread version used globally. Click on save. If we choose current version, even if new updates will be released by cPanel, I will still stay on the version 124.0.26. That's it for our tutorial on installing cPanel on VPS. We covered system setup, installation, WHM access, firewall configuration, and editing PHP configuration while installing some modules using Easy Apache. If you found this video helpful, like this video, subscribe to the channel and share it with others in the Linux community. For more tutorials, check out our blog linked in the description and remember, whether you need lifetime VPS, dedicated servers, managed WordPress hosting, monthly VPS plans, or lifetime web hosting based on cPanel, Voxfor has you covered. Thanks for watching and see you in the next video.